Hello friends, welcome to my videos. So today I am going to talk about citizenship and permanent residence in Canada. So permanent residence is a step before you get your citizenship. You can apply for permanent residence through many available ways. You can apply right from your home country. You can come here to study and apply. You can come here and work and apply, or else you can be even sponsored if you are eligible by a family member who is living here. So there are many pathways you can get permanent residence of Canada, and in that way you gain access to almost all the benefits the government provides to its citizens, like education. You are eligible to work anywhere, you get health benefits and all sort of things, but there are certain things that you are not entitled to when you are a permanent resident only. For example, you cannot vote in any election in Canada, and there are certain jobs which are considered secured and only citizens are eligible to apply. Another point to remember: if you become a citizen, you cannot be deported from Canada. The only condition in which your citizenship can be revoked is that if you have put in some fraudulent information while obtaining your citizenship. So in this way it can be revoked. Second thing is about the residency. So once you become permanent resident, in order to maintain your resident status here, you have to stay in this country for 2 years in given 5 years in order to extend your PR for next 5 years. But once you become a citizen here, you can go in and out and stay anywhere in the world. Your status is not going to be affected. You'll be still holding a Canadian passport. Remember, a Canadian passport can be held by only a citizen, not by a permanent resident. Okay, and if I talk about other benefits, so once you become a Canadian citizen, the first advantage I see with Canadian citizenship is Canada allows dual citizenship. So if you become a Canadian citizen, that doesn't mean you have to give up your citizenship of your home country in order to gain Canadian citizenship. But on the other hand, there are many countries who do support and who do not support as well. So based on your home country's policies, if you obtain Canadian citizenship, you may need to revoke your previous citizenship. So always inquire about that when you apply for citizenship. And for becoming a citizen, there is some criteria. As per the current laws, once you become a permanent resident and you stay here as a permanent resident for 3 years, you can apply. But now there are certain changes in the rules, so the time period you have spent in Canada legally before becoming a permanent resident can also be counted up to a year, where 2 days are counted as one. So suppose if you stayed in Canada before you become a permanent resident on a work permit for 2 years, then that can be counted as 1 year. And once you become a permanent resident and you stayed here for 2 years, 3 years altogether total, you can apply for the citizenship. This is how it goes now. And there are more advantages of becoming a citizen. As I said, there are certain jobs which are only available to citizens and not to permanent residents. So you can always apply to those jobs, and you can go in and out of the country, and you cannot be deported. The only condition in which your citizenship can be revoked is if you have put in any fraudulent information to gain your citizenship. And there are many benefits of a Canadian passport too. Canadian passport is a very powerful passport, so you gain access to many countries absolutely visa free. For example, our neighbors, the states. Once you have a Canadian passport, you can just travel to the states visa free. And not only states, there are many other countries you can just travel visa free. Even holding a Canadian visa itself gives you a lot of flexibility. Like when you transit through Europe, at many countries, if you have a Canadian visa, you don't need their transit visa. So having a valid Canadian visa stamped in your passport or holding a permanent resident card give you a lot of flexibilities in traveling. But once you hold the Canadian passport, it's gonna give you much more than that. But yes, it's always gonna be your decision what exactly you want to know. So what I want to convey, like, you should understand the difference. You should understand the advantages, disadvantages. So considering my perspective, I do not find any reason of not applying Canadian citizenship. if somebody becomes a PR and meets the criteria. On the other hand, there is something that you should think about when you apply for Canadian citizenship, is about your home country's citizenship and what's going to happen to you once you get citizenship here. There are countries who support dual citizenship. So in that case, you'll have 2 passports valid for 2 countries. You're good to stay anywhere, anytime. That's a very good situation. But there are certain cases where the countries do not support dual citizenship. For example, if you're from India doesn't allow dual citizenship. So when you get your Canadian passport, you have to get your Indian passport surrendered. But yes, there are certain policies, there are certain what I should say packages for these people, so that they can go in and out of India and they get many benefits, many facilities. So in this way you can always do better. So I hope you like this video. Make sure you give a like and comment, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.